Right, another young man has been here before. Not only is he a dope poet, but he also designed the logo for the Insight. I'm always going to plug this young man, yes. And he will plug himself and let you know everything else that he's got going on. So without further ado, give it up for Jovan McCoy, the Poet Brother.
That's my shit right there. How we feeling tonight? That was dry as shit. That was like a 6 out of 10. I feel like we can do better. I said, how the fuck we feeling tonight? I'm just grateful to be here, grateful to perform in front of your lovely faces. Thankful, to be booked with these amazing features. I got about 4 poems for y'all. I'm gonna get it done, get it out the way, and I hope that you guys enjoy. And I always say this: if you don't enjoy it, it doesn't matter. Cause I'm enjoy my shit anyway. So we gonna get it poppin'. You ready? Auditioning in Hollywood while black is being typecast even before my skin enters the room, or it being the awkward silence in one before they decide what circus it belongs to. How well I perform in front of selected crowds, critics with smiles on faces not kin to mine. They always ask me, how black can he act? Or how well can he manifest his PTSD just to the cameras, the fame, those dead white men on green paper? Before the script could romanticize my diaspora, dialogue always dictated in southern twang. This accent always adjacent with the struggle of us colorful, but that's just entertainment for the massa. I'm sorry, the masses, but that's just me playing my character, stage ready, Jim Crow colored paint smeared on my cheeks, watermelon smacked on my lips, the fruits of my labor, still for their profit, my pockets, still as hollow as the men as they cast me as, but I'll act as you please. Still jigaboo, jeans just sag below the props, urban neighborhood on my tongue. The casting directors told me they want to hear the Philly through my teeth. Oh, look at the slave in his skin, the thug in his walk, all the mannerisms to make white women clench their purse, all the features to star in our feature film, and if that doesn't work out, I'll always have a home at BET, right? Like that's the only place where my talent can roam free, right next to the reruns of Boys in the Hood. Oh, how they make this place feel like home. Like being casted in a Tyler Perry film, where I will play the darker brother, opposition to the light-skinned one, target of Medea's rhetoric of guns and God. This type of paradox I gotta sacrifice my morals for, all if I want to get that Oscar. So go ahead and strip me of my clothing for your promotion. Make sure my melanin is printed for the press, my body hanging from your merch, cause ain't out where all the money is.
Come on, yo.
Ain't this marketing something familiar to my ancestors? Go ahead and tell me how authentic my anger is. It's like I spent my whole life method acting, so ain't this scary enough? Traumatic enough? My trauma a horror flick? Me praying that my lifespan extends to the director's cut? The producers always trying to Jordan peel back the layers, because woke is the new black, and black is the new target audience. Like black hasn't always been the targeted audience. We're never given the roles that we deserve, just crumbs to crawl to, never a space to shine, just a black hole to perform for. Look, ma, I finally get to play a dead star like Tupac or Michael Jackson, mama. Ain't this the American dream? Watching my life slipping between my fingers in front of these lights, cameras, stairs permeating my body, mama. Isn't this just acting? You know, even when we're taking acting outside the literal sense, I feel like in our day-to-day lives, we're always acting. We're always wearing these masks to mask our mental health. And just like my guy T. Sleeveless did before, I'm a big advocate for mental health, especially when it comes to, black men. So, I feel like we never talk about mental health in hip-hop. Especially when all my niggas are posted on BET like open wounds. See, my creations were crafted for corporate America. These labels label me a king, but that contract still got me looking like a coon. See, they slaved me for my gift of gab, then called my music godly. They want to hang me from the microphone so they can see the man behind the bars, like they did with Meek, Pac, and Bobby. But that's all blasphemous. They want to turn me into a hypocrite, hyping up all this trapping shit. They want the hood niggas, guns out, blasting this, while the whole hood turn up to my tragic shit, and the white folk can cop a feel for my talent and make me disappear like I'm a magic trick. And that's why sometimes it get hard for me to speak. Sometimes it feels like my cries for help are ad-libs in my speech, verses spitting in my sleep. I'm paranoid. It's ironic how sometimes it feels like I'm getting belittled by my shrink, venting on the absence of father figures. I guess that's why all of us rappers flow over these dead beats. But see, black men can't be sentimental over instrumental. It's detrimental to the masculine mental, so they just want rhymes on lines of coke or popping zannies or any other kind of pill, that type of shit that'll give these young teens a thrill. They want sick verses until your vitals turn ill. They want you to sell more dreams just to get nightmares. Now watch how your body turns meat off of that mill. It's like I wear a different mask with every show that I do. So I guess I understand how Kanye feels. But I gotta get that bag, right? It's either this or go back to the hood inside of a bag, right? It's either this or continue watching my parents' eyes carry them bags, right? It's sad, right? Or maybe it's content for the next track, because you know streams don't come from being pro-black, not healing, but ain't I a rapper? Like something that's used for concealing, like hiding, like my engineer mixing my pain in between the writing for my liking, or depending on how it's sounding, the white men like, hey, let's pick him up, profit off of him, leave him where we found him, let him have his time crowd surfing. His fans won't even see that he's drowning. These bars got me breathing heavy, 16s got me gasping, record boots, feeling like they're the size of caskets, touring, it's growing weary on my spirit, all just so that shit can go platinum. I'm a slave to these labels. Is that why it's so hard for me to own my own masters?
Damn.
It's to the point where I don't even want to write music anymore. It's to the point where I want to leave the game so they can't abuse it anymore. But even when I'm at my lowest, my fans still put me at top. Maybe I get more views if I had ops or got shot. Only time will tell. Maybe I'll have a tragedy that's catchy enough to end up on TikTok. All I know is ain't no mental health in this game called hip-hop. And I feel like a huge part of being a black man and advocating for mental health, I feel like accountability takes a big part of it. You feel what I'm saying? And I like to hold myself accountable. I ain't no angel out here. I be on my bullshit sometimes. My halos be having horns sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? So can I get vulnerable with y'all right quick? No judgment.
Yes, sir.
I said, can I get vulnerable right quick with y'all? No judgment. Confessions from a retired side nigga. This is a mantra from the man she went to when she got tired of being by her nigga's side when he got besides himself. But before I catch any side eyes, please let me tell my side of the story. I promise I never wanted to tear down the happy home. But she wasn't happy within their household, and I knew that I could hold what the house couldn't. And I know that I will always be the villain beneath their ceiling, because when he was going through hell, she was with me healing. But how can I be the bad guy when she found foundation in my arms? See, in my hug, she felt unarmed, guard down, unharmed. See, she was a great catch, but that man couldn't tackle his own insecurities. He fumbled all that pretty. He must have had butterfingers. His palms placed in every hand but her fingers. He calls her a snack, but walks around other women with an empty belly. See, he can't stomach a woman like her. He likes her body, but he really doesn't like her. He says he's husband material, but fabricates excuses on why he won't wife her. He's not in touch with his emotions, so she doesn't get touched. He'd rather fuck someone like her while she's busy playing twin flame. He just gaslights her. She's always giving him her days while he just one nights her. See, with him it's like a graveyard shift for me. See, I'm a 9 to 5. She has to work the demons with him, but in my arms it feels like a nod from God. And I know that it sounds blasphemous, but we had so much fun, and I had a blast with this, and I knew that she loved it here. I could tell in her writing, Even if it wasn't the right thing, she left for the right reasons. See, we had a link, we had to sneak from winter to fall. That's why we always found ourselves fucking at the Four Seasons. But how can I be annual? When months go by and I get 2 weeks and I think about being hers daily. Instead, I settle for being a side piece. When she's at war with him, I be her side of peace. When he can't piece together on why their relationship is so puzzled, on why they can't recall the last time they crossed words. See, with him, every room is an escape room, but with me, I just give her room to escape. But I promise I never wanted to tear down a good parent. But through the apple of my eye, she'll always be, but through the fruits of my labor, she'll always be the apple of my eye, and I being the bull. She knew I was attracted to anything red like that dress. She said that he didn't appreciate, but will validate in my arms. Red, like that bottle of wine we shared on our first date on their second anniversary. Red, like what he meant. Red. Red. Alright, I'm sorry. Y'all know that toxic shit, that's a bad song. Red, like the dress she said that he didn't appreciate, but will validate in my arms. Red, like the bottle of wine we shared on our first date on their second anniversary. Red, like his messages get left on when I'm laying by her bedside. Red, like the color of the bed sheets when red flags get caught between her and I. Red, like the color of my palms when the court came into a body that's tied to another man. And
damn,
I know she's tired of that man. So how am I supposed to hide what gives me home, haven, happiness? How is all that haphazard? And I know that shit wasn't supposed to happen. I know that I'm not supposed to have it, but ain't it a human habit to go to where you're attracted? Sometimes I feel like I was both dick and distraction. I gave her my private parts when all she did was make her feel like fraction. Sometimes I'm not sure if we even had a relationship or if she just had a reaction.
damn.
But I promise I never wanted to be the side nigga. I never wanted to tear down a happy home. I never wanted to have her on the fence. But now I'm not even sure on which side of the door that I belong on.
Alright.
There may be some side niggas in this room right now. We ain't judging. Alright, I'm gonna close it out with this last piece. I did this last time. This is my second time here. I did this the first time. I came to this event and I just feel like it flows with the set. So it's called Tug of War. Tug of War. I hope you guys enjoy it. I need something. Man walks up to me and asks, why is it that he can't find a good woman? He says the dating pool is toxic, like his ass ain't swimming in those same exact waters. See, man just wants a woman who's impressed by his oppression. So when he slide in those DMs, he could just say he wanted something submissive. See, man be all about the bag, but can't comprehend the type of change a woman is asking for. Grown-ass man looking for his mother and other women's bodies. Raised by the block, but when the block ain't around, man looks for women to do its job. See, every jokey wants an event until she makes him feel like a baby boy. Cradled and catered to. The audacity of this man to act like a child and still wanting to be called daddy in the same breath. But then a woman walks up to me and asks, why is it that I can't find a good man? A man more fiction than fact, to fit inside her fantasy. No matter how ludicrous the vanity, she wants a man with all the masculinity, even if it comes with a little bit of toxicity. You know, shit to make the situation just a bit more interesting. A man to embrace all her femininity with pockets deeper than his comprehension skills, correlating his narcissism with his confidence, calling it big dick energy, until our assumptions mix with that Hennessy, and now that good guy suddenly becomes the enemy. See, woman tells me that men ain't shit with the same tongue she calls her son a king with. I wonder how many other women would take his throne with the same kind of rhetoric. I guess city girls are up no matter how many black boys are belittled during the process. Man can't understand why women can't process his advances. You know the way they be like, hey yo ma, brown skin with the fat ass. Like the way his voice hunts for her features ain't a scary thing. Like him praising the aesthetic of a strange woman, but condemning his girlfriend for the same. But see, man can't get past himself. Man can't even gift himself with her presence because he's so focused on her past. Man is always concerned with how many bodies she has, like his dick is in a walking graveyard, like he doesn't carry the souls of his exes behind the Ethica. Everything unethical for her is the norm for him. He probably loving her temporarily while she loving this man on purpose. See, She told me she fell in love with this man after a one-night stand. She can't stand men, but told the ladies he was one nice man. Ignored the red flags, the perfume on his neck, those earrings sitting on that one-night stand. Now her and the love that she had for him are left just where their one-night stands. Still, she doesn't understand. So she asks, why is it so hard for men to be vulnerable around her? Man asks, does a balloon feel comfortable maneuvering in a room full of broken glass? Man asks, why is it so hard for women to feel safe around him? Woman asks, how can it feel safe with someone who maneuvers like a balloon in a room full of broken glass? See, we are cracks on opposite sides of the same two-way mirror, always fighting on who brings what to the table, neither putting an effort on building the house that it occupies, always arguing whose grass is greener, like being struggling on the same side of the fence. We are playing a dangerous game of tug of war with the same noose, always debating on who deserves more shelter, like being under the same roof. Proof that there's a disconnect between the men and women of this generation. And lately it's starting to feel like a preparation for a civil war instead of a conversation. And honestly, we need to do better. Thank you. That's my Yes. All right, let me get my famous plugs out the way. Please follow me on Instagram at the POETBUL, the Poet B-U-L. Coming up August 13th, me and Mr. Sing-A-Lot Mello Jones will be running, yes, that fellow right there. We'll be running a 3-part workshop, writing, performance, and content. If you want, step up your writing skills, your performance skills, please come check us out. It is based off of scenes from Snowfall and different performances from different poets throughout the country. Please check us out. And yeah, shout out to the features. Make sure you follow everybody. And yeah.